All right, so I really like this idea of a voter literacy test that we can give people before we count their vote, just to kind of ensure that they're not so biased against like reality, to the point where they can't even perceive what a good leader would look like. So I think the questions should be not really like literacy stuff, because that would be unfair to people who are already oppressed. But it needs to be like just really easy stuff that would kind of catch these people who are just blind to the world, and let everybody else through. So a question could be like, if it were proven that God didn't exist, would you still believe in God? And I think at least a lot of the religious people that I grew up with would be like, well, that would be impossible. So of course I would still believe in God. I can't even fathom this idea. And we would also put in the opposite question. If it were proven that God did exist, would you start believing in God if you don't already? And to that, I, as an atheist, would answer yes. I will follow the evidence wherever it leads. So if it's proven, then of course I will. I can I can imagine this hypothetical, and I can answer honestly in this. Whereas I feel like for them, it would be like, nope, I can't even imagine this hypothetical. And so we could ask another question that's quite like it. We could say, if it were proven that your selected candidate below, were fascist, would you still vote for them? And I think a lot of these MAGA people would be like, yeah, I don't care. He couldn't ever conceivably be fascist, Mr. Trump. So I think this might be a great way to catch people, because like obviously whatever candidate were in there that I ended up voting for, if you said that they were proven fascist in this hypothetical world, then yes, I wouldn't vote for them. So it's a way of just being like, can you even on paper, in a conceivable, imaginable scenario, turn against something like one of your beliefs, basically? We just want to see like if hypothetically you would be able to go against one of your beliefs. And if you can't even do it in a hypothetical world, then you're not going to be able to do it in the real world when you're presented with actual evidence, because you're always going to find some loophole, right? Like, yeah. So I think this might be a great like set of questions to ask people. I do feel like maybe it would only work once, because then they would all tell each other like, last time my vote didn't get counted because I said I would continue to believe in God if God were proven not to exist. But I don't know. I could see a lot of them still being like, I refuse. And this is just such a hateful question to ask. Not even gonna vote. Like, okay, well, if that's how you feel, that's probably a good indication that you shouldn't vote. I'm sorry. But anyway, I like this idea of just giving people a little test.